All right, the idea here is to show you how to install or uninstall the tender from the modified engine. So these are the harnesses that we're going to have. We're going to have a right and a left, and they're going to have a mark on them. Both ends will be marked with some gray or silver paint so you'll know which connectors line up. And then we have these clamps. There's two of them, so you have to remove these clamps so that you can unplug the tender and lift these out just the littlest bit. And so what you're going to do is you're going to lift them out and fold them over like that, just like loosely. Then screws here, 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 and here, and this is the ash pan, and it will come up and you will tilt it and pull the cables out. There's slotted holes, you see, so they will come out just like that. Set that aside, we don't want to lose it. Now then, what we're going to do, we're still in the groove. Yep, we're still in the groove. You take off the front bolts here, and we're going to have to rotate this firebox bulkhead, but you need to hold these cables in to the center like that as you pull forward and up. And as you get this up enough, you're going to be able to lift this out like that. Once it's out, then the engine will be able to slide back just enough to line up this mark right here with these tabs. When these marks are lined up, that's how you go down to install it or remove it. So you see those lined up pieces. You capture these guys, you hold this up like that, you line this up, you drop it down, and you let it rest. Then you pick it up and just slide it forward. As you do that, you're going to be able to slide this back down into its slot just like that. Then you're going to let this rest, and then you're going to slide it back that little bit to get in the notch and line up these bolts. So that's how you, and then to put in the ash pan, right, you line up the cabling to the slots, making sure you got the silver paint on the outline, and you just sort of wiggle them and push them and they'll go in. And then you slide that down, make sure these will lay down flat. You have enough cable. Now you put in these 4 bolts and you're ready to attach. In the meantime, you got to reconnect your linkages. The external rods, the connecting rods can stay on, but the drive rod has to be disconnected. So here we go. We unplug it. We take off the clamps, we unplug it, we pull these out into the side slightly. Then you pull out. You can pull one side, then the other side, and then it comes free. Take it aside. You push this all the way forward so you can lift this up. Then you start to push it to the rear until you get beyond, get this up above the cab frame. Then you slide the engine to the black lines, line up again, and then you can lift it out. All right, that's how you do it. Now this is free. You can do maintenance on it, or you can do stuff to the body, whatever you need to do. All right, that's how that comes apart. This can always stay just like this as you do the installation, and then once you get it in, you bring it up to this position and slide it in, and everything tucks inside the upper cab roof. That's all you need to do. So you push it back like that. You make sure these cables don't get outside like that. You get outside like that, that's how you get in trouble. You have to keep them inside. And then you can do this, okay? Pretty easy, pretty simple. I've gone over this a lot to come up with what I think is the simplest method. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt this together and probably tie wrap these two pieces together. And so you'll cut the tie wrap and then take it apart, and you'll set this up just like I showed you. You'll set it up just like this, and you'll slide it into your engine. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And I have found one of my customer's engines, and I'll tell you what, this is a beauty. I mean, this is an incredible beauty. I don't know where he found this thing. It is remarkable. It is remarkable. Anyway, I'm not going to fiddle with that stuff because it might get cut and get some poisoning or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me see where my camera is. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I was off camera. Okay, put it in the middle. Okay, there you go. Sorry, gang. What I'm going to do is I'm going to file these rivets down, and I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to file this down, and I'm going to drill and tap for 440. This is a step, no matter what shape, your engine might be in a little better shape than this, but no matter what shape it's in, this is a step you're going to have to go through in order to install the chassis that we've designed for it, okay? So bear that in mind, and let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. Gonna go a little further, just rest my arm a little bit. Semi-flat. Now what I do, I'm gonna disrupt my pliers are sitting under my, there we go. That should not be too bad for you. I'm going to see if I can loosen this up with my pliers. This one's a little looser. That one is not, so I'm going to go a little more. That's about the best one I have handy, so I'll just continue with this guy. Get a little more of that metal off. Alright, let's see if we got it now. Well, it's close, but it's not. Let me see if it's there yet. Nope, not there yet. Just a little bit more. This side's loose, this side's still tight. Alright, that has to be close. There's hardly anything left. There we go. I can see it. There we go. Now we've got our drawbar. The old drawbar is out of the way. You could save those. Some people might need one. You could give it to them. But now the challenge is we've got to take this rivet down all the way till this is flush. Get it out of there, okay? And I'm going to go over to my bench and do that and come back. I'm just going to pause this right now. There you go. Well, I'm not here to say that that was an easy thing to do, and maybe I underestimated this for, you know, someone that doesn't do this kind of stuff. But, I mean, it's doable. It took me a while, and this is my second one. I've done maybe another one beforehand, but this is the second one in this series that I've done. And I have to say, you have to be patient and you have to be careful to make sure you stay in the center of the pad to get your screw holes lined up. And then you have to be careful drilling. I broke a bit. Thank God I was lucky to get it out. But this metal, while it's soft, drill bits are not real strong either. So you got to be, these small ones, tiny, 2 millimeter, right, or less. You got to be careful. So yeah, I broke a drill bit, and then I had to dig out of that one. At any rate, I got it done. I've got them tapped. They're not tapped very deep. I may go further with the drill and further with the tapping, but I'm able to get a good bite with my screw, and I got plenty of grip. We're going to do, oh, now, see, here's the thing. When you get someone else's engine, right, and they send you their gem for their project, right, Tim? Then you see, here's the mounting pads for these guys, and I have some really great, I use stainless steel headed pieces that work wonderfully for that, and I use the brake, or the short-shouldered flyer screws for these guys. So now he's got one pad missing, so I either have to find a pad and rivet that in place, or I could go to plan B, which is to pull this guy off and do this kind of surgery here, where instead of a pin, I file it down and drill and tap it for probably a bigger, it could be a 440, but at least you got more meat here. This is really thin for 440. Probably should have been 220, but 256. But in any case, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll talk to him and see what he wants done with it or not. I mean, it is a rat engine. I mean, it is pretty bad, right? And I had noticed this guy's even outside of his little capture thing, so I don't know what happened to him. He's all falls out and bent, I don't know, bent. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, it's pretty rough. But the nose is all intact, it's a good shape. It's not bent. Mine is all mashed in for some reason. I noticed there's a slight crack here, but it's not through yet, so that we can deal with that. And any rate, not what to do with that, but we'll figure it out. I do have some plastic bodies, and I think I have another metal body. Oh yeah, here, see? This was a non-smoke because he's got the slot there. So this is the one, right, to use. Okay, well, I wanted to say this fellow, it works, but I'm going to say this is pretty tough. I mean, I got chips, right? You got to make sure you have a good drill bit, but this is not fast. This is not fast. Plastics, if you need to drill a hole in plastic, I can imagine. Oh yeah, this will go right in. You'll see chips. See that? Chips are coming out already. Okay, see that? Chips are coming out, no problem. It'll go through plastic with a decent bit, and this is not bad for that. But metal, I'm a little sketchy about now. You're gonna have to do steps. That is, start with like a 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, work your way up to the size you need. This one was a 2.1, I think, for the drill bit to get that going. And we did, we got it. Just took my time, I've done drill and tap for ages and ages. I was taught in automotive tech school when I was in junior college. When I was 17 or 18. Learned a lot of things from there that are practical. At any rate, yeah, we did it, and it works, and you can do it too. But I'll tell you what, it's gonna be careful, take your time, line up your holes. The trick for me was to get in the center of the pad. And the center of this pad is not that big. It's like a small rock on a ledge of a quarry, and you're supposed to jump off of it, and you can't misstep or you'll just fall in. So at any rate, we got it. It works. It'll be fine. And this is the hardest thing you're going to have to do to your engine. Everything else is just clean it, paint it. Looks like some critter died there and just stayed. Oh boy, this is tough. I don't know. I'm sure you could save this. Someone, 256. Oh, you know what this? I know what this is. This is a late 30s royal blue from the O-Gauge guys. You think? Oh boy, this fits in here real nice, doesn't it? Well, okay, but the O-Gauge, look how narrow the wheels are. You know, if the wheels were wider, you'd have the O-Gauge, right? I'll bet you this is one of Tim, the O-Gauge guy, sent me this, and it may or may not have had a body on it. I don't know if it was missing this tab. I don't know how it had a chassis. In any case, that's interesting, isn't it? See, this is a 350. And this never had it. Let's compare notes. Huh? Compare notes. They both are wavy. They're both pretty close. These look like they might be a little deeper. I might have got nervous and stopped. I don't know. But in any case, that's what you have to do. That's the pad. This is interesting because this unit, now there's a date in there. It says 648. 648. Do you think so? Is that a date? 648. Wow. There's no date in here, but there's a lot of crud growing in there. We could do some DNA on that bug. Oh gosh. Yeah, there's no date. I don't even see a casting mark. But notice the nose, how his nose is perfect and mine is all messed up. Sad, isn't it? But I have my tabs. He only has one tab. And I don't know if I did this or someone else did. They put some tape over that hole and then did it. I don't know if I did that. I don't think I did, but it's possible. This smoke hole is a little bigger than that one. I wonder why there's a smoke hole, and it's off center. That's okay. You could center it. It has a hole here. It looks for something. There's the steam pressure valve relief is still there. The castings all look identical. There's a circle here, and here there's not a circle. Other than that, the ladders are the same. Oh, look at this. These windows are open, and these are cast through. That's why Leon was breaking these out, because that's how they were. This is not broken out, neither is this one. The front window. But that's pretty cool. That's good to know, huh? Good to have. There's a little molded piece right there. Oh, that's for that stud. This one does not have that. Yeah, on both sides, okay. Everything else looks fairly the same. Just about fairly the same. That's a challenge when you want to put lighting in here, because that's a blob. You'd have to drill in from here and then open it up from the back and then put the light in and then try to come in from the sides. I don't know, that could be tough. Now he shows No lights in the nose that I can see. He has no lights in the nose, but I saw someone else with a circus. Oh, it's Doug with a circus, and he had lights in here. They must have just put them in. That's what I'm thinking. Just put them in. Okay, well, at any rate, we have the bolts in. Someone can, well, Tim's probably, I'm going to use this for his chassis. That's why I did this. And then we'll start moving on his tender should be ready. Now we're ready to move on to his engine. Oh, that's why I was doing all this anyway, getting him ready. Oh, yeah. All comes back now. All right, gang. I guess that'll do it for now. I'll go do some other stuff. Margaret's moaning nicely about when are you going to clean up. And I'm like, oh, God, again? And, you know, I clean up like twice a year. I think I'm due. But, oh, boy, I hate it. I just hate it. I mean, I just see it as dead time. Make me walk on hot coals or something, you know? I don't know about cleaning up. But I know. It's time. You gotta do it. All right. That's the show. We'll get back to you later. Oh, you couldn't even see it. There you go. There's the holes. All right. That's it.